legends, the Eastern Cape, but how lucky are we to have Nelson Mandela as a true son of Eastern Cape soil?
We're extremely lucky, Jen, and I think firstly the world is lucky to have had Nelson. I think our own country is lucky to have had Nelson. I think our province also is lucky to have had, but also to have produced somebody of the caliber of Nelson Mandela. It's quite remarkable that in this part of the country that is greatly rural, has been able to produce leaders of the caliber of Nelson Mandela, of Walter Sisulu, of Chris Hani, of Oliver Tambo, of Winnie Madikizela Mandela, etc. And we're extremely proud of that very fact that we've been able to have leaders of that caliber coming from our own province.
Lux, as an agency and a tourism agency, you have plans about a pilgrimage to this part of the world in memory of Nelson Mandela. Can you talk us through what it's going to be?
Yes, I think what we have as a province, I think Nelson Mandela was very astute, and I think he understood where he himself as a person comes from. And when I look at it, I think when he looked at this province of ours, he recognized his value and his brand, I think, Janine. I think that's why, firstly, he ensured that there was this museum that was built and all of the various artifacts that one was able to receive, that they are in fact here. I think the second factor that I think Nelson Mandela was very astute on, I think, was ensuring perhaps with the family that he is buried in the Eastern Cape. And I think one understands that value. And if one looks at other countries and the fact that when somebody has passed on, their place of burial becomes an area of interest. And in terms of the work that we are doing as part and parcel of the Home of Legends, I think we are looking at what can then be done broadly in terms of making sure that we are able to preserve and have developments around that. Those are currently under development at the moment broadly within the broader structures, and I think at the right time we'll come through and make proper announcements in terms of how that particular project, amongst others, is going to be championed.
As an agency, what impact do you feel on the tourism industry is his death going to have, and the fact that his memory will live on?
Yes, I mean, firstly, we are hearing in the news that already 54 heads of state have confirmed that they are coming to South Africa. They're not only coming to South Africa, they're coming to the Eastern Cape. They are coming to Qunu, a rural area in the corner of the world. That is the pulling power that Nelson Mandela has. And we believe that this burial that is taking place over the weekend is actually going to place our province on the map as far as the tourism is concerned. And in line with that, we've prepared a lot of branding. If you go through the province, you'll see the broader Home of Legends branding. In addition to that, we've prepared branding that talks specifically to his passing on, and that has also been distributed across our own province. It's got our own logo, and we think out of that, we're then going to be assisted. And I must say that people, when they want to view our province from a tourism point of view, they can log onto our website at www.visiteasterncape.co.za so that they can see really what we've got from a product portfolio point of view.
Lux, just briefly, finally, just to wrap up, you met him and you told me earlier a wonderful story when he was in the stadium and his interaction with children. Could you just share that story briefly with us, with our viewers about that?
Yes, I think the amazing Nelson Mandela, once there was a rally that was taking place here in Umtata. And he came and he made his speech. After all the speeches were done, he took a chair, he put it in the center of the stadium. And he had all of the children that were in the stadium come in, shake his hand. And some of the kids even came around for the second helping, so to speak. And I think that's perhaps the nature and the character of the man that we had. Just briefly, Janine, before you go, I just want to update you about accommodation that we've got. Noting the shortage of accommodation within the province, what we've done is we've set up a website, and that website enables people to log in on visiteasterncape.co.za, put in their profiles for accommodation that they have that is available. We then have buyers that are able to log onto our website, see what is available, and basically negotiate and pick that up. And we've got 120 rooms, and 92% of those have already been taken, and we're encouraging people to visit that website. But in addition to that, they can call 043-701-9654 as well as 9655 to interact with our information center to get more information with respect to those.
So we've got room for one more. Is that
of course, we've got room for one more indeed.
Okay, there's room for plenty of people who want to make the pilgrimage here to the Eastern Cape to pay the respects to the late Dr. Nelson Mandela. And the KSD municipality here in Umtata, tomorrow they're going to be holding a media briefing just to give people an outline of what their plans are are for when the many people start to converge on this part of the world. And while the focus still is very much in Johannesburg and other areas in South Africa, towards the middle of the week, the focus is going to shift to the Eastern Cape, where preparations are in full swing for the funeral that will take place on the 15th.